before humans fully understood the vastness of the Pacific, before science revealed the power of its most feared hunters, there already existed a world where every shadow underwater could signal danger. In the heart of the Pacific, among deep currents, open oceans, and silent abysses, the most ferocious predators on the planet hunt, dominate, and survive under relentless rules. Welcome to the Pacific Ocean, the most ferocious predators on the planet. Please give us a like and subscribe to the channel to give us more motivation to produce more quality content. Don't forget to comment your thoughts on the video below and let us know where you are watching from so we can discuss together. Let's get started. In the white silence of the Arctic winter, where the cold of 30 degrees Celsius below zero petrifies the pines, survival is not an individual act, but a collective masterpiece. Among the shadows of the blizzard, a perfect formation emerges: the pack, a social system as complex and refined as any human army. Led by a dominant alpha pair, the pack operates as a single coordinated organism across hundreds of kilometers. These sovereign leaders, the alpha male and female, are the only ones in charge of dictating the group's survival laws. The hierarchical structure ensures that each individual fulfills a specific role to guarantee the stability of the clan. The alpha male represents the defensive shield, while the alpha female is the strategic heart of the pack. Under their command, subordinate and juvenile wolves learn the hunting tactics necessary to bring down 500-kilogram prey. Communication between them is a sophisticated language of body postures, chemical signals, and deep vocalizations. The howl is not just a cry. It is a sonic signature that can travel 10 kilometers to warn intruders. During the hunt, the pack demonstrates superior collective intelligence, surrounding its victim with military precision. While some members exhaust the prey through pursuit, others wait at strategic points to launch the final attack. Their jaws can exert a pressure of 1,500 newtons, enough to crush the hardest bones of an elk. At the center of this organization lies the shared responsibility of raising the next generation of warriors. All adults in the pack collaborate in the protection and feeding of the vulnerable pups. The wolves return from the hunt to regurgitate fresh meat, ensuring that the little ones grow healthy and strong. This communal upbringing raises the survival rate of pups against solitary predators. The territory of a successful pack can span up to 200 square kilometers of hostile terrain. The boundaries are marked with urine and constant patrols to avoid bloody conflicts with rival groups. In brutal winters of 30 degrees Celsius below zero, group cohesion is the only insurance against cold and hunger. A lone wolf is a tragic figure, but a united pack is the most fearsome force in the wild. At the end of the day, the wolf's success lies not in its individual strength, but in its unwavering loyalty to its pack. In the absolute silence of the nocturnal taiga, a single vibrating note rises to break the stillness and weave the destiny of the group. The wolf's howl is a complex sonic choir, an evolutionary symphony where science and animal emotion merge. Projected toward the stars, this call can pierce through dense vegetation and travel a distance of up to 12 kilometers. It functions as an acoustic beacon that allows members dispersed after a hunt to orient themselves and reunite with their family. At the same time, it is an invisible wall that warns rival packs that this territory already possesses legitimate sovereigns. Wolves rapidly modulate the tone of their voices, creating an auditory illusion that makes the pack seem much more numerous. But sound is only one layer. The true map of the pack is written in an intricate language of scents and pheromones. They use specialized glands to leave chemical messages every few meters, informing others about the health and fertility status of each individual. The internal hierarchy is maintained through strict body posture, where the alpha male walks with his tail held high and a fixed gaze. Subordinates reaffirm peace by lowering their bodies and licking the leader's muzzle, a gesture that calms collective tensions. Constant physical contact, such as rubbing backs before a hunt, synchronizes heart rhythms and strengthens the group's altruism. In the nursery, pups emit subtle whines that immediately activate the care and protection instinct of the adult females. During a pursuit at 50 kilometers per hour, the pack coordinates its flanks using only the rapid movement of their ears and tails. This perfect communication network turns a group of wolves into the most lethal survival machinery in the Northern Hemisphere. The nightly howl is the heartbeat of the forest, an eternal declaration that a wolf's strength always lies in its pack. With the arrival of autumn in the forests of North America, the air cools and a profound biological change awakens in the giants of the mountain. The rut begins, a period of frenetic intensity where the male elk, known scientifically as Cervus canadensis, must fight for his right to procreate. A dominant male in his prime can weigh up to 330 kilograms, becoming a fortress of muscle driven by massive levels of testosterone. His crown of glory is a branched antler set that can measure 1.2 meters wide and weigh up to 18 kilograms of solid bone. The forest resonates with the bugle, a supernatural cry that begins as a deep roar and ends in a high-pitched, piercing whistle. This acoustic call travels several kilometers around, functioning as a direct challenge to any rival who dares to cross his path. The sovereign seeks to gather a harem of up to 20 females, aggressively protecting them from lesser suitors known as satellite males. When two titans of equal strength meet, the tension in the air becomes almost palpable under the grey northern sky. The rivals walk in parallel along 50 meters, evaluating the size of the antlers and the determination of the opponent before starting physical warfare. Suddenly, the clash explodes with an impact force measured in thousands of newtons, making the earth tremble under their hooves. The sound of bone hitting bone violently resembles the roar of colossal rocks crashing into each other in an abyss. During these brutal duels, males can lose up to 20% of their body weight due to extreme effort and lack of feeding. It is a dance of dominance where only the fittest will conserve his territory and the opportunity to pass his genes to the next generation. At the end of the season, the victors are left exhausted and vulnerable to predators, paying a high price for their momentary sovereignty. The cycle of life in the mountain is secured with every battle won, guaranteeing that the forest will continue to see these giants run free. In the immense forests and prairies of North America, one of the most demanding pursuits in the wild world begins. The target is an elk, a large herbivore capable of traveling enormous distances and defending itself with powerful legs. Faced with such a strong adversary, the wolves know that an impulsive attack would end in failure. Before acting, they carefully observe the herd in search of young, injured, or exhausted individuals. Once the target is chosen, each member of the pack occupies a specific position around the prey. Some advance on the flanks, while others stay further back, prepared to block any escape attempt. Little by little, the pressure forces the elk to separate from the rest of the group. A pursuit then begins that can extend for several kilometers through forests, rivers, and open prairies. The wolves maintain a constant rhythm, carefully managing their energy while the prey begins to tire. Their extraordinary endurance allows them to continue the pursuit long after other predators would have given up. As the elk loses speed, the wolves slowly reduce the distance from different directions. The coordination between members of the pack leaves fewer and fewer escape options for the prey. When the right moment arrives, the wolves launch the final attack, taking advantage of the elk's exhaustion. The hunt is decided thanks to a combination of strategy, cooperation, and endurance, essential qualities for the pack's survival. In North America, the elk hunt demonstrates that the wolf's true power lies not in speed, but in their ability to work together until the end. In the great prairies of North America lives a herbivore whose strength commands respect even among the most experienced predators. It is the American bison, one of the largest terrestrial mammals on the continent. An adult male can exceed 900 kilograms in weight and defend himself with extraordinary power. His massive shoulders, unexpected speed, and sharp horns turn any confrontation into an extreme risk. For this reason, wolves rarely attempt to face a strong and healthy adult bison. Before starting a hunt, they carefully observe the herd, looking for weakened, injured, or separated individuals. When an opportunity appears, the pack begins to distribute itself around the target while maintaining a prudent distance. Each movement is carefully coordinated to avoid a charge capable of causing fatal injuries. The pursuit can last for several kilometers, while the wolves try to slowly exhaust the bison's endurance. Even tired, the enormous herbivore continues to respond with force, forcing the predators to act with extreme caution. When the prey loses mobility, the pack progressively reduces the distance from different angles. The final attack only comes when the wolves consider that the risk has diminished to the maximum. The hunt is decided thanks to cooperation, patience, and endurance, not by the individual strength of a single wolf. For the pack, facing a bison always implies accepting the possibility of suffering serious injuries during the attempt. In the prairies of North America, the bison hunt represents one of the most dangerous and spectacular challenges that grey wolves can face. In the coldest regions of North America, winter transforms the landscape into an immense ocean of snow and ice. There, herds of caribou travel long distances in search of food while facing extreme temperatures. For the wolves, this migration represents an essential opportunity to obtain food during the most difficult season of the year. However, pursuing a healthy caribou demands an enormous amount of energy and a perfectly coordinated strategy. Before attacking, the pack carefully observes the animals, looking for young, injured, or weakened individuals. Correctly choosing the prey considerably increases the chances of success and reduces the risk for the hunters. When the pursuit begins, the wolves distribute themselves in different positions to control the herd's movements. Some maintain pressure from behind, while others advance on the flanks to prevent sudden changes in direction. The deep snow slows down all animals, making endurance a decisive factor. Kilometre after kilometre, the wolves maintain a constant rhythm while the caribou begins to lose strength. Little by little, the distance between the hunters and their target begins to shrink. When the prey loses speed, the pack takes the opportunity to surround it from several angles. The hunt is decided thanks to the cooperation, discipline, and extraordinary endurance of the entire group. No wolf could complete such a pursuit on its own in such a demanding environment. In the snowy landscapes of North America, the caribou hunt demonstrates that the wolf's true strength lies in their capacity to act as a single organism. In the forests and mountains of North America, even the most efficient predators must share territory with rivals of enormous power. Among them, the brown bear stands out as one of the strongest terrestrial mammals on the continent. An adult male can widely exceed 300 kilograms in weight, multiplying the strength of an individual wolf. Although both are great predators, they use very different strategies to obtain food. Wolves depend on cooperation and long pursuits, while the bear can impose its strength with a single appearance. When a pack manages to capture a large prey, the smell of meat can quickly attract other competitors. An enormous brown bear detects the opportunity and slowly approaches the place where the wolves are feeding. The wolves watch every movement of the giant intently, while evaluating the risk of staying near the prey. Some individuals try to distract the bear from different angles to gain time. However, the enormous difference in size turns any direct confrontation into an extremely dangerous decision. The bear continues to advance confidently until standing in front of the food, claiming control of the site. Most of the time, wolves prefer to maintain their distance rather than risk injuries that could compromise their survival. The dispute ends by demonstrating that brute force can prevail when both predators seek the same resource. Even so, the wolves continue patrolling their territory and waiting for a new opportunity to feed. In North America, encounters between wolves and brown bears serve as a reminder that even great hunters' herds must know when to fight and when to retreat to survive. In the somber forests of Eurasia, two of the most efficient predators of the Northern Hemisphere wage a silent war for supremacy. The grey wolf, Canis lupus, and the Eurasian lynx, Lynx, share a domain where resources are scarce and competition is relentless. While the wolf relies on the strength of the pack, the lynx is a solitary ghost that masters the art of ambush from the shadows. An adult lynx weighs approximately 30 kilograms, a compact mass compared to the 50 kilograms of a European wolf in its prime. The maximum point of conflict occurs over the possession of shared prey, such as the roe deer, a vital energy source for both carnivores. Wolves patrol territories of up to 300 square kilometers, actively eliminating other predators to ensure their food sovereignty. When a pack detects the scent trail of a lynx, it initiates a coordinated pursuit to expel the competitor from its hunting zone. The lynx uses its superior agility to scale trees 10 meters high, the only safe refuge against the canine's fangs. there is a hierarchy of fear where the lynx avoids the central areas of the wolf pack to reduce the risk of a lethal encounter. However, the lynx is a shrewd strategist that often takes advantage of the remains of wolf hunts when the wolves withdraw. In direct confrontations over a carcass, the numerical superiority of the wolves usually forces the feline to yield its banquet after a brief display of ferocity. The pressure exerted by wolves can influence the reproductive success rate of lynxes by limiting their access to the best habitats. This biological interaction, known as intra-guild competition, is essential for maintaining the balance of herbivore populations in the taiga. The lynx compensates for its physical disadvantage with hearing capable of detecting the snap of a branch 60 meters away, avoiding ambushes. The coexistence of these two titans is a precarious dance of power where intelligence and instinct decide who rules the forest. With the arrival of spring, the thaw marks the beginning of the most sacred and vital chapter in the life of the pack. The alpha pair, the only sovereigns authorized to procreate, ensure the purity and strength of the clan's genetic lineage. Weeks before the birth, the alpha female precisely selects a hidden den, an underground fortress protected by geography. This refuge is usually located near a water source and on high ground that allows for a 360-degree view of the environment. The pups are born in the gloom, weighing barely 0.5 kilograms and being completely blind and deaf during their first days. During the first 3 weeks, the mother remains in protective immobility, providing warmth and essential nutrition to her fragile brood. In this critical period, pack solidarity becomes the engine that guarantees the survival of the new generation. The group's hunters travel distances of up to 30 kilometers to ensure the mother receives necessary protein without abandoning the nest. Upon returning, the wolves use the biological process of regurgitation to transfer pre-digested meat to the growing pups. As their senses activate, the little ones explore the outside world, always protected by a nanny wolf who watches every shadow. Play between the pups is not mere entertainment, but a school of combat where they learn the group's social hierarchies. A wolf pup increases its weight at an amazing rate, gaining almost 1 kilogram per week thanks to the communal diet. The entire pack patrols a security perimeter of 5 kilometers around the den to intercept bears or rival wolves. If imminent danger is detected, the adults emit low vocal signals that force the little ones to disappear underground in seconds. Social discipline is absolute. Even the most impatient juveniles must obey the alpha's orders to maintain order. By 6 months, the pups already possess a robust physical structure and begin to accompany the adults on territorial patrols. A young wolf's first coordinated howl is an evolutionary milestone marking its formal integration into the pack's sonic choir. The investment of energy and time by the entire clan ensures that only the fittest warriors reach biological maturity. This collective sacrifice is the reason why the wolf has dominated the planet's most hostile ecosystems for millennia. The successful rearing of a litter is the final victory of life over death in the relentless winter that always lurks. The future of the wolf kingdom is guaranteed as long as the heart of the pack continues to beat in unison for its children. As summer advances, the pups enter a phase of accelerated physical and cognitive development, transforming into bold juveniles. Nature's school has no walls, and for these youths, every corner of the forest is a lesson in life and death. They untiringly practice the language of the pack, perfecting subtle ear movements and submission postures toward the alpha leaders. Play becomes more serious, simulating ambushes and coordinated pursuits that mimic the hunting tactics of experienced adults. During this stage, social learning is fundamental to strengthening the bonds of loyalty that will keep the clan united in the future. When large ungulates, like the elk, are scarce or dispersed in the cooler areas of the forest, wolves demonstrate amazing flexibility. Young hunters learn to diversify their diet, becoming opportunistic predators that do not despise any source of biological energy. They use their developing agility to catch unsuspecting birds nesting on the ground or in the low bushes of the taiga. Small mammals like hares and squirrels become the target of speed practices, where the wolf must reach 50 kilometers per hour. Even tiny rodents are tracked with surgical auditory precision, detecting movement under leaf litter from several meters away. In times of true scarcity, the sovereign of the hunt shows its omnivorous side by consuming wild berries rich in vitamins and sugars. Upon reaching 2 years of age, the young adults reach sexual maturity, and the instinct for sovereignty awakens in their veins. Some individuals decide to remain subordinates, but others feel the irresistible call to found their own lineage in unexplored territories. The dispersal process begins when the young wolf leaves the safety of the natal pack to face the vastness of the wild world alone. This lone wolf can travel epic distances of up to 800 kilometers in search of an available area that does not belong to other clans. During this dangerous journey, he must avoid confrontations with resident males who defend their domain with lethal aggressiveness. The supreme mission is to find a compatible mate to establish a new hierarchy and claim the title of alpha pair. By founding a new pack, the wolf guarantees genetic diversity and the expansion of its species across northern ecosystems. The success of these young adults is a testament to the biological resilience of a species that never gives up in the face of adversity. The cycle repeats eternally, ensuring that the howl of the sovereigns continues to resonate in the heart of the mountains for ages to come. Beyond the 71st parallel, where the world freezes in absolute silence, dwells the most resilient predator on the planet. The Arctic wolf, known scientifically as Canis lupus arctos, is the undisputed sovereign of the northernmost lands of North America and Greenland. Unlike its southern cousins, this wolf lives in an environment where winter lasts 9 months and darkness is total for 150 days a year. Its fur is immaculately white and extremely dense, providing superior thermal insulation and perfect camouflage in the snow. It possesses smaller ears and a slightly shorter muzzle to minimize body heat loss in temperatures of 50 degrees Celsius below zero. A robust adult weighs between 35 and 45 kilograms, a compact mass designed for epic endurance rather than brute strength. Its wide paws act as biological snowshoes, allowing it to move over unstable ice without sinking. In the vast tundra, food is a scarce miracle, forcing the pack to travel up to 30 kilometers daily in search of sustenance. Its primary strategic objective is the muskox, Ovibos moschetus, a prehistoric titan armored with horns and thick wool. The muskox can weigh up to 400 kilograms, representing a deadly challenge for any solitary predator. The wolf's tactic consists of surrounding the herd, causing panic so that the oxen break their defensive circle formation. With infinite patience, the wolves wait for hours under the freezing wind, looking for a sign of weakness in a calf or an elderly individual. Once the target is separated, the pack launches a coordinated attack using their jaws with 1,500 newtons of pressure. In addition to the oxen, the caribou or reindeer is a vital source of energy during the great migrations across the frozen desert. The Arctic wolf can reach a speed of 65 kilometers per hour in short pursuits, intercepting caribou in mountain passes. They are capable of consuming up to 9 kilograms of meat in a single meal, including bones and skin, to maximize calcium intake. Their digestive system is a thermal engine that transforms animal protein into the heat necessary to keep from freezing during sleep. The social structure in the Arctic is even more closed, as individual survival outside the group is biologically impossible. Due to the rocky and frozen terrain, they often use natural caves or crevices instead of digging deep dens. The Arctic wolf is the personification of wild purity, a crystal warrior who rules the end of the world with eternal elegance. On the highest peaks of the Earth, where oxygen is a scarce resource and cold is an eternal law, reigns a predator of ancestral lineage. The Himalayan wolf, identified scientifically as Canis lupus chunko, is one of the most enigmatic and resilient lineages in the animal world. This high-altitude warrior inhabits the vast plateaus of Tibet and the mountain ranges of Nepal, at elevations exceeding 4,000 meters. Its genetics are unique, having developed extraordinary adaptations to process thin air with superior biological efficiency. Unlike wolves of the lowlands, it possesses a more robust heart and lungs that allow it to run without exhausting itself in the death zone. Its fur is an armor of dense wool with ochre and grey tones, designed to withstand freezing winds of 100 kilometers per hour. An adult specimen weighs approximately between 35 and 45 kilograms, maintaining a compact structure to conserve internal heat. Its front legs are powerful, equipped with claws that grant it a firm grip on slippery rocks and glacial ice. The primary objective of its hunt is the parrel or blue sheep, an agile inhabitant of the cliffs that defies gravity in every jump. It also patrols alpine meadows in search of the Siberian ibex, using the rugged terrain to hide its silent approach. The pack's strategy is based on extreme endurance, chasing its prey through vertical slopes for kilometers. While the snow leopard relies on ambush, the Himalayan wolf dominates through persistent pursuit in the thin air. It possesses long-range vision that allows it to detect the movement of a marmot more than a kilometer away. During winter nights, temperatures drop to 40 degrees Celsius below zero, testing its fierce metabolism. Its sense of smell is a precision tool capable of tracking thermal footprints in deep snow with amazing accuracy. Social communication is vital, using melancholy howls that resonate in deep valleys to maintain clan cohesion. In the hierarchy of the roof of the world, this canine occupies the place of an alpha predator that regulates the balance of alpine grasslands. Without its presence, herbivore populations would grow without control, exhausting the scarce vegetation that sustains life at high altitude. The Himalayan wolf is a symbol of spiritual and physical sovereignty over one of the most hostile environments on the blue planet. Protecting this guardian of the clouds is essential to preserve the biological integrity of the Earth's most majestic mountain range. In the Afro-Alpine moorlands of Ethiopia dwells a predator of refined and unique elegance. The Ethiopian wolf, scientifically called Canis simensis, is the rarest and most endangered canine on the entire planet. These reddish-furred sovereigns reign on the roof of Africa, at altitudes exceeding 3,000 meters. With long legs and a slender muzzle, its anatomy is a masterpiece designed for high mountain heathlands. Although they live in closely knit social packs, they possess a unique hunting strategy that distinguishes them from other wolves. Their diet is highly specialized, focusing almost exclusively on the abundant rodents of the highlands. The wolf hunts alone, using its sharp hearing to detect the movement of the big-headed mole rat underground. It remains motionless for minutes, like a crimson statue, before lunging with surgical precision onto its prey. At dawn, the pack gathers to reinforce social bonds through high-pitched barks and communal patrols. As the alpha predator of the peaks, it maintains the delicate balance of the Afro-alpine ecosystem with its presence alone. With fewer than 500 individuals in the wild, each life is a vital treasure for world biological diversity. The Ethiopian wolf is the fire-colored guardian of the mountains, a symbol of resilience in a vanishing world. The wolf is not a villain of legend, but the fundamental architect that guarantees the biological balance of nature. As alpha predators, they occupy the top of the food pyramid, exerting an influence that propagates downward throughout the system. Their main mission is to regulate the populations of large herbivores like elk and deer that can weigh 400 kilograms. Without the pressure of wolves, these animals would consume all the young vegetation, preventing forest regeneration. The presence of the pack creates an ecology of fear that forces prey to avoid vulnerable areas like riverbanks. As herbivores move away, riparian flora blooms again, allowing willows and poplars to grow up to 10 meters high. These new forests provide refuge and food for beavers and migratory birds, increasing biodiversity exponentially. Vegetation stabilizes the banks, reducing soil erosion and even altering the physical course of rivers that run for kilometers. Wolves eliminate sick or weak individuals, ensuring that only the strongest survive to reproduce. This natural selection prevents the spread of epidemics that could devastate entire herds of ungulates in winter. The remains of their hunts are a vital banquet for scavengers like crows and golden eagles during months of scarcity. By controlling smaller predators like coyotes, the wolf indirectly protects populations of small mammals and ground birds. They are true ecological engineers working untiringly to maintain the health and vigor of wildlife. The integrity of northern ecosystems depends directly on the vitality and freedom of this sovereign predator. Respecting the wolf is understanding the perfect dance of life, where every howl is a sign of hope for the planet. For centuries, human legends have painted the wolf as a cruel and ruthless villain, dwelling in the shadows. However, modern science reveals a reality very different from the myths of the big bad wolf present in ancient tales. The wolf is actually an extremely shy animal that prefers to avoid contact with human civilization at all costs. There is a mistaken belief that they kill for sport, but every hunt is a strictly necessary act of survival for the pack. The term alpha does not describe an aggressive tyrant, but rather dedicated parents who lead their family with wisdom and care. Attacks by healthy wolves on humans are extraordinarily rare events in the biographical history of this indomitable species. Conflicts with livestock usually occur only when their habitat is destroyed and their natural prey disappears from the region. Their behavior is not driven by malice, but by a biological intelligence designed to maintain order and cohesion. The wolf's loyalty toward its mates and offspring is an example of altruism that few living beings can match in nature. The image of the man-eater is a cultural exaggeration that has justified unjust persecutions against this canine for millennia. It is fundamental to transform fear into respect, to be able to coexist with this predator that is the heart of global ecosystems. The wolf is a symbol of balance and freedom, a wild soul reclaiming its rightful place in the natural world. The wolf's rhythm of life is not static, but a masterful dance that adjusts to the eternal rotation of the seasons. With the arrival of spring, the thaw transforms the landscape and brings with it an explosion of vulnerability in the forest. It is the time of births, where thousands of ungulate offspring emerge as strategic targets for the pack. The wolves take advantage of this abundance of small and slow prey to feed their own growing pups. In summer, the jungle becomes dense and green, offering camouflage that makes long-distance pursuits difficult. The pack diversifies its tactics, becoming opportunistic hunters that catch rodents, birds, and gather wild berries. It is a period of intense training for the juveniles, who learn to track chemical trails under the heat of 25 degrees Celsius. When autumn tints the world in ochre, the temperature drops and a biological urgency takes hold of every wolf. The pack begins to test the strength of the large herds starting their migration to the lower valleys. Attacks become more calculated, seeking individuals weakened by the territorial battles of the autumn rut. The accumulation of fat reserves is vital before winter closes its iron fist over the northern hemisphere. Winter is the wolf's true season of glory, the time where its biological superiority shines with greatest intensity. While snow accumulates up to a meter thick, heavy prey like elk struggle with every step. The ungulate's hooves sink into the white mantle, exhausting their energy and leaving them vulnerable to siege. The wolf possesses wide paws that function as natural snowshoes, allowing it to run on the frozen surface. In this frigid setting of 30 degrees Celsius below zero, the pack joins together to bring down the largest titans of the forest. Coordination is perfect. One group distracts from the front, while others tear at the flanks of the prey immobilized by the cold. A single successful winter hunt can provide 50 kilograms of meat, guaranteeing the clan's survival for days. Wolves are the absolute masters of the tempest, the only sovereigns who prosper when the world stops for the ice. The passing of the seasons is the relentless teacher that has forged the intelligence and resilience of the wolf lineage. The wheel of life keeps turning, and in every quadrant of time, the wolf finds the way to continue reigning. After centuries of unjust persecution, the wolf finds itself today at a critical crossroads between biological recovery and the threats of the modern world. Thanks to strict protection laws, packs are returning to territories in Europe and North America where their voice had not been heard in decades. The reintroduction of these alpha predators has proven to be a vital engine for restoring the health of ecosystems that were on the brink of biological collapse. However, the return of the forest sovereign generates growing tensions with human activities and livestock in rural mountain areas. The supreme challenge of the 21st century is to find a form of coexistence that respects both human progress and the wolf's legitimate right to exist. Habitat fragmentation by roads and cities isolates populations, limiting the genetic diversity necessary for long-term clan health. Climate change alters the migration patterns of their prey, forcing wolves to travel hundreds of additional kilometers in search of vital sustenance. Scientists use satellite collars to monitor every movement, seeking to prevent attacks on livestock and better understand their strategic and social behavior. Protecting the wolf is a global responsibility that transcends borders, as its sovereign presence guarantees the vitality of biodiversity across the entire blue planet. We must transform the ancient culture of fear into a new era of respect and wonder at the exceptional intelligence of this indomitable warrior. The future of the taiga and the tundra depends on the pack's sonic howl remaining the dominant music on freezing winter nights. The wolf is the guardian of wild freedom, an eternal lineage fighting to conserve its sacred throne in the heart of the purest nature. Subscribe to the channel and share this video to carry this message of respect far and wide. Every gesture helps to protect nature's wonderful creation.